Hey there, you ever feel like you're stuck saying very good, very big, or very cold all the time? Well, if you want to make your English sound way more powerful and interesting, you've come to the right place. We're about to dive into the world of extreme adjectives.
Okay, just look at the difference here. Very cold is fine, it gets the job done. But freezing, wow, you can feel that, right? It gives you an image, it has impact. That's the power we're going to unlock today, using one really strong word instead of two kind of weak ones.
So, what exactly are these powerhouse words? You can think of them as a major vocabulary upgrade. They help us paint a much more vivid picture with our language. Here's the secret, and it's actually really simple. An extreme adjective basically has the word very already built right into its meaning. So freezing just means very cold. Enormous already means very big. It's kind of like a vocabulary shortcut to being way more descriptive. And here's how they sound in a real conversation. Imagine someone asks, "So, what was the weather like in Peru?" And the reply is, "Oh man, we arrived at night and it was freezing." Or, "How was Greece? It was boiling." See how much more natural and expressive that sounds? Okay, so here's a question. What if you want to emphasize a word that's already extreme? It's already at the max. Well, you can't just use very, so you need a different set of tools. Let's look at the rules for making these strong words even stronger. And the rule couldn't be simpler. Instead of very, you're going to use really or absolutely. These are the two magic words you need to correctly pump up these special adjectives. For example, you wouldn't say something was very filthy. Why? Because filthy already means very dirty. But if you want to add that extra punch, you can totally say it was really filthy. That works perfectly. Same thing here. Amazing is basically the extreme version of good. So if a concert or a meal was just out of this world, you'd say it was absolutely amazing. That tells your listener this was a top-tier, unforgettable experience. You know, knowing what to do is only half the battle. Now let's cover what not to do. Avoiding these common mistakes will make your English sound so much more natural and correct. This is the big one, the golden rule. Since the idea of very is already packed inside the word, adding another very is just, well, it's redundant. It's like saying very good. It doesn't really work. And here's what that mistake looks like. Hearing someone say very amazing is a dead giveaway that they're still learning this rule. Just remember, amazing is already at the top of the scale. It can't get any more very. All right, here's another common trap. Avoid using words like to or a bit with these adjectives. Those words are for regular adjectives, the ones you can grade. Extreme adjectives are more like an on or off switch. They're all or nothing. For instance, you can't really be too filthy. Think about it. Filthy is already at the extreme end of dirty. It's a maximum state, so trying to say it's too much of that doesn't quite make logical sense in English. Now, this last rule is pretty interesting, and it has to do with asking questions. We generally use the standard regular adjectives when we're asking something because, we don't know the level of intensity yet. So you'd ask, was the party good? This leaves all the options open for the answer. It could be, it was okay. Or it could be, it was absolutely brilliant. But if you ask, was the party brilliant? It just sounds a little leading, a bit unnatural. Okay, I know that was a bit of information, so let's pull it all together in one simple, easy-to-remember guide. This is your official cheat sheet for mastering extreme adjectives. So, here it is, the entire lesson in a nutshell. On the do side, use really and absolutely. Go for it. On the don't side, stay away from very, to, and a bit. And just remember not to use these guys in questions. See? Simple, right? So let's wrap this up by putting it straight into practice. It's your turn. Think about your last week or your month. What is something you experienced? A movie, a conversation, a trip that was absolutely brilliant. Using these words makes your stories better. So go on out there and start describing your world with a little more color. Thanks for watching.